If you're a consultant or you run an online education-based business and you generate a lot of your traffic from organic content, I hate to break it to you, but that's only going to get you so far. You see, a lot of creators and online business owners that I see will make content, crush, build huge followings, and then run up businesses to 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes even $1 million months off strictly organic content. And although that's great, and honestly, for anyone starting a business, it makes the most sense to do. The one caveat to that is your organic can die at any time. If you get shadow banned, you're done for. If you end up rinsing all of your organic audience, so let's say I have, typically this is in the lower follower accounts, but if I have anywhere between 20 and 100, sometimes 200K, it's very, very real and a very real possibility that I can run out of leads, or I can pitch my audience too much to where my sales team is now like, we have nothing coming in. And that's a problem. And that's why I push all of my clients across 9 offers at this point to run paid traffic. It is the best way to do 2 things. And the second one is going to be arguably the biggest lever that you can pull in your business. For one, paid traffic allows you to expand your actual audience. So let's say I have 15K on Instagram or 20 or 30K on Instagram. By running paid ads through my Instagram account, I will manufacture growth, and I will also target people that want to follow me and engage with my type of content. You see, Facebook has such a good targeting algorithm that when I launch an ad to just straight up the abyss, I'm not interest stacking, I'm not doing retargeting, I'm not running off a lookalike audience. If I just do straight broad targeting, after a couple of days, it's going to be pulling in my ideal clients. And these are going to be people that may not have been aware of me in the first place. Now, they may not click on my link and they may not book a call or buy my product or service, whatever it might be, but I guarantee you'll have a good portion of people click on your profile, go ahead and follow you, and the next thing you know, your follower base is increasing, your engagement base is increasing. I've seen this with one of my clients who has, when we started together, he had like 1,400 followers, and we're not running at a huge budget, but he's closing in on 2K off straight paid traffic. Doesn't have the best organic content in the world, speaks to a really niche audience, but he's attracting more people that like the type of content he puts out and are in his niche. And so by proxy, when you run paid, you're able to manufacture growth and you create this flywheel, right? Because even if you get shadow banned, you can still use your paid traffic to expand your audience, right? And so that is one of the arguably most important and biggest levers you can pull in any strictly content-based business. Is by running paid ads, you're able to expand your market and your audience a lot faster and predictably. That's the other thing, is I can track, like, is it going to cost me $1? Is it going to cost me $3 per follower? How much is it going to cost me, right? How much is it going to cost me for a high intent lead? And it's much more systematic than like, I'm going to post a CTA and we may get between 5 booked calls and 30. Right? It's very hard to scale that, especially when communicating with a sales team, because you just don't know what's going to come in. And so this is, like, again, one of the bigger levers in terms of linking paid with organic, is the fact that paid allows you to manufacture growth in your organic. The other thing too, that before I get into the point that I think is arguably by far the biggest lever, is paid traffic allows you to scale systematically, right? So if I run paid, and it goes back to that point I just mentioned about the unpredictability with organic, if I run paid, I know that if I spend 50K this month, I'm going to make at least 150K back. If I spend 100K, I'm going to make at least 300K back. And that's if you have a bare minimum ROAS of 3x, right? That's all you need to scale. If you're running ads effectively, you could be pushing 5, 6, 7, sometimes 15x return on ad spend, which allows you to just scale really aggressively. But what I put in is what I get out, right? And so when I talk to sales managers, what I can tell them is, hey, if I spend $100 a day, that's going to bring in, let's say, 8 to 12 leads. Can your guys handle an extra 8 to 12 leads? That's it, right? And there's very strict math there that you can project the rest of your accounts on, right? I just took on a client. We're starting at about $100 a day budget, And I asked them, I said, can your sales team handle between 8 and 12 leads? Yeah, cool, let's do it. And so now I know I can pace with the sales manager and be very in sync in terms of, hey, I'm looking to bump budget. Are we ready to hire? And you can scale a lot more predictably than like, holy shit, a post just went viral. We're scrambling to fix a lot of that. Not saying that's a bad thing, but there's less predictability on the organic side of things. The other part, and I think the bigger lever here, is oftentimes in smaller accounts, and I've seen this across four to six offers at this point at varying degrees, there comes a point where your organic content dries up and your audience knows what you're going to sell them, knows what you're going to pitch them. And all of a sudden you'll see a giant drop in who's coming in and how many people are coming in, right? And so sometimes this will look like you all of a sudden start getting a ton of unqualified leads coming through the funnel, or you start getting way less leads coming through the funnel. And by having paid up and running beforehand, you're able to offset that. So if, again, it goes back to the same thing. If I know that my organic lead flow is going to drop and I can predictably estimate how many leads I need to bring in to match what we were at in terms of pacing, all I have to do as a marketer is increase spend. Now there's some nuances in terms of launching new creatives and doing all this other stuff, but realistically, all I need to do is turn up spend and we're right back to where we were to begin with, right? Having paid ads allows you to weather the storm relative to people that rely entirely on organic. The other thing that paid ads just teaches you as a business owner is how to target your audience, right? So kind of in the same theme of drying up, and it's also the reason why I won't work with entertainment-based creators, is sometimes content blows up for the wrong reasons and you bring the wrong people into the funnel, right? Sometimes it may have been something you didn't even intend to do that will have created a lot of virality with the post, and now you're bringing in a bunch of broke fuckers, right? Or you go to just create virality and build up your audience and kind of puff your chest, and you bring in a lot of people that aren't qualified or don't even give a shit to begin with. You just got a viral post and all of a sudden you got 1,000 people opting in. Your setters are like, why am I calling Muhammad from a third world country, right? And what paid ads teaches you is to really focus on who you're speaking to. There's a story I love to talk about. It's actually Alex Hormozi who mentions this, where he talks about this lady who did something in the like insurance tax space. I don't know, some super niche, and she had like 1,500 to 2K followers, something like that. That lady was doing 7K a year and getting or 7 figures a year and getting like 15 likes on her posts. And so it goes to show how important the person you speak to is relative to the audience size. And so what paid traffic allows you to do is kind of twofold. One, organic allows you to test on paid, which is awesome. But paid also allows you to figure out what messaging works best to bring in your ideal customer. Because especially in the beginning, it can be hard to make a post that calls out someone, but doesn't get a ton of engagement. Whereas if I run that post on paid, or I do the same kind of call out on paid, and I get way more sales from it, all of a sudden I can check my ego and be like, hey, calling out XYZ type of individual will get me more closes. So let's just post more content about that, even if my engagement drops. I don't care. What are we in this business for? Why are we selling information? Why are we consulting on businesses? Why are we running online education companies? It's to teach others and help others and make money in the process. I don't give a shit about virality. My YouTube channel has 122 subscribers. I speak to a very select set of individuals. Now I have stuff to improve on in the YouTube department, but still, the people that hit my page, generally speaking, are looking for a certain type of information and a certain type of help within a certain type of offer, right? We're coming close across all ad accounts within my agency at pacing near 100 to 110K per month in ad spend. In terms of revenue, I'm kind of limited in terms of what I can say there, but we're doing significant numbers across the board. And again, this is across eight or 9 offers in total. There's one that's kind of like on and off. And the biggest thing I've realized is that if you don't have a paid ad system, like really starting to scale up, you're in trouble if your organic dries up or if you get shadow banned. It makes it borderline impossible to scale. And all of a sudden your business could go from doing 300, 400, 500K a month to 50K like that. overnight can dry up and completely die. I've seen this so many times. And then what this causes you as a business owner to do is enter into this frenzy, this panic where you're fire selling stuff. You know, Easter just came up, so maybe you're doing an Easter discount and you're just discounting shit just to get people in the door. And all that does is devalue your product, lowers your status, and causes your business to fall apart along the way. So if you are a consultant or you run an online education business and you rely entirely on organic traffic, I'm telling you, great way to start, really good way to run a lean business. But if you're looking to scale this thing and really take your operation seriously, go ahead and click the link below. We help out running paid traffic, helping optimize sales teams, and helping optimize the entire back end and front end of your offer when it comes to client acquisition and scaling efficiently and effectively. So again, if you are running an entirely organic based business and you are looking to scale more consistently and reliably, you need paid ads. So go ahead and click that link below. We'll teach you everything we know. Worst case, I just point you in the right direction and send you on your way. But I'm telling you because I've seen it a handful of times now. If you rely entirely on paid, you have massive amounts of key man risk. And so as any PE and investor will tell you, key man risks make a business very hard to sell. And so we want to move away from that as far as possible. Paid traffic is going to be the way to go. Installing affiliate programs is going to be the way to go. But ultimately, you need to be running paid. It's the only way to predictably and effectively scale your business. So like I said, if you're tired of running your business entirely off organic, not knowing what tomorrow is going to look like, click the link below. We'll help you implement paid into your business. YouTube, Google, Facebook, you name it, we do it. And we'll help take your business from where it's at to where you want to go that much more effectively. Also, don't click the link if you're not willing to spend more than $100 a day. So talk to you soon. Hope that was helpful. If you guys want more content like this in terms of scaling your business using paid advertising, click the link below, subscribe, like, comment, let me know what else you'd like to see. And yeah, my job is to help you scale your operations as efficiently and effectively as possible and predictably. So yeah, guys, I hope you like this video. Let me know if you have any comments, concerns, questions, whatever the fuck it might be. Drop it below and I will talk to you in the next one.